The following review may be unsuitable to viewers of a young age. Bioshock is a first-person shooter which is set in the underwater world of Rapture. Seems lovely, doesn't it? But it isn't, as there are many things that are corrupt. Now, usually I talk about the graphics last, but for this review I'm going to talk about them first. And all I have to say is, for 2007, the graphics for Bioshock are outstanding. The visuals such as the water at the very start of the game, and when you see the underwater world of Rapture, are just mind-blowing. You really get the sense of atmosphere for this game. Of course, it obviously isn't real. The main enemies of this game are creatures known as splicers, which are basically genetically modified humans, or to put it bluntly, zombies. The funny thing is, every time you try to kill them, they all seem to swear at you, or shout something along the lines of, "Oh shit!" But I guess that's nice last words. But now, onto the plot of the game. You are Jack, and your airplane crashes at the beginning of the game. You swim ashore to this small island, and this island leads to the underwater city known as Rapture. After you reach the bottom, you pick up this radio, and a guy called Atlas basically explains the game to you and all the objectives. There is a civil war in Rapture, as the splicers and humans don't exactly get along. This is because they are after a substance called Adam, and the key to Adam is a child. Now, this child is known as the Little Sister, but she is often guarded by this thing on the cover, which you will see on the screen now, the Big Daddy. Now, to kill this guy, you need to stock up on supplies, but I'll go into that in a sec. As you advance through the game, you will interact with objects such as cupboards, which contain money, and you need money to collect upgrades, but again I'll go into that in a minute. And also you'll be able to pick up recorded diary entries, which have often been made by, I know this is going to sound awful, but it's made by dead people. And sometimes you actually see the actual person in front of you, lying on the floor, dead. They explain the downfall of Rapture during the 1950s, which is when this game is set, and they give you info about a man called Andrew Ryan, and this guy is responsible for Rapture. Now, onto the items. You can get health, which you can restore by pressing the button on your controller, regardless of what console it is, whether it's Xbox 360 or PS3, and you can get this thing called Eve. Now, Eve is associated with power. Throughout the game, you collect these things called plasmids, starting with Electrobolt. Once you collect Electrobolt, your genetic code is rewritten, and your left arm can fire electricity. Later on you can get fire and ice plasmids, which I think is very cool, no pun intended. Each time you use a plasmid, regardless of what type it is, you use up Eve, similar to when you lose health when you're hurt by splicers. Now, when your right arm carries weapons, you start with a crowbar, but you work your way up to weapons such as grenade launchers, which are often the best way of killing the big daddies. In addition to this, you can upgrade your own weapons, as you can find these stations on the walls in different areas of Raptures, known as Power to the People. Pretty patriotic, that. But make sure you choose your upgrade wisely, as you can only use this station once. But if you choose your wrong upgrade, can always find another one later on in the game, and make sure you choose wisely. Other stations in this game are stations such as Gatherer's Garden, which you need Adam for, and to collect Adam you need to harvest or save a little sister after killing a big daddy. In the Gatherer's Garden you get things mainly associated with health, Eve and plasmids, which come in very useful. You can unlock slots for plasmids so you can carry more and more. And same applies for hack tools, which allow you to hack things such as security bots, which can come across as a pain in the backside, and also safes, which give you nice items such as extra elf for free. Other stations include the Circus of Value, which replenish health and Eve, and an ammo station where you can collect new types of ammo for your weapons and replenish ammo for your shotguns and machine guns, etc. The music in this game is very subtle. There's not that much music to talk about really, but to be honest, it's enough, as it fits the dark tone in this game very, very nicely. You also get to hear actual songs from the 1950s now and again, which is also very fitting. If you try the game for the first time, you are sure to be in for a thrill ride, but now and again you will be startled by things, especially when splicers just appear out of thin air. This game is an 18 plus for a reason, as there is a lot of blood, and I guess that's realistic, and it's very gory as well, so I'd strongly advise that a child of a young age shouldn't really play this game. But if you do, then go ahead. I can't really do anything about that. This game is very impressive and one of the best games I've ever played. And it is one of the best games, if not the best game, on the Xbox 360. That might apply too for the PS3, but I don't really know as I don't own a PS3. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Please subscribe for more video games. If you enjoyed this particular review, I have reviewed others, but they are more child friendly, so if you want to watch those, such as Mario or Zelda and any other games reviews what I've done, then be sure to check that out on my channel. Tune in next time as I review another game, regardless of it being a good game or a bad game.